So mom guilt can show up as pressure, as outside judgment, as comparison, resentment, and in this live replay, we are going to explore why it happens, where it comes from, and help us just talk about it without turning it into shame. Hello, welcome in. We are going to be talking about mom guilt tonight. So, welcome. This is for dads too. If you're a dad, you can stay and talk about dad guilt. Esther, welcome in. Is it Saito? I probably botched that, my bad. Welcome in, everybody. We'll get started in just a few. Okay. Welcome in. If you have experienced mom guilt or parent guilt, we're going to talk about it tonight. Oh, my earbuds are not connected. Hold on. Awesome. Now they're connected. That should be better. Happy Monday, y'all. How is your Monday? Let's share this out. Welcome in. We're talking about mom guilt tonight. Miss Shonda, welcome in. Boopopotamus, welcome in. Patricia, welcome in. Phoenix, welcome in. Happy Monday. Tonight we are talking about mom guilt. Sister Shines, welcome in. We are going to be talking about how some moms feel guilt constantly. Some moms feel delayed guilt, maybe years after the fact. And some moms don't feel guilt, like parenting guilt at all. Or dads. Richard, welcome in. Heather, welcome in. Clarissa, welcome in. Sinister Caillou, welcome in. If I botch your name, call me out and let me know. Jamie, welcome in. Shelly, welcome in. Leanne, welcome in. Is it Jalen? Welcome in. Hi. Melanie, welcome in, Melanie. Rainstorm. Tara's in the house. Welcome in. Hello. Happy Monday. Debbie, welcome in. Is it Vedic Vixen? Welcome in. Elizabeth, hello everybody. Happy Monday. Cindy, Lou, welcome in. Ashley, welcome in. We are talking about mom guilt tonight. We're talking about some moms experience it constantly. Some moms may experience a little bit. I did share it out. Yes. Some moms have delayed guilt. Some moms don't really feel mom guilt. And we're going to talk all about that. We're also going to talk about, is it guilt or is it insecurity? Is it pressure? Is it outside judgment? All of that. Thank you for the heart, May. Monica, welcome in. We're going to talk about, what that feels like in our body and where it comes from and what we're going to do about it. All that good stuff. So welcome. Deep Blue Eyes, welcome in. Thank you for sharing it out. I appreciate you, Tara. Holly, welcome in. Maria, welcome in. Savage Nikki, welcome in. Scarlett, welcome in. Happy Monday, y'all. Paula, welcome in. Connie, we're talking about mom guilt today, or the lack of. There's no shame here. We are talking about all the things around guilt, whether we have guilt or not. Anita, welcome in. And what happens when, the difference between shame and guilt? We're going to talk about that. If you have questions, throw them in the chat. We love talking about this stuff. Is it Hagen or Hagen? Welcome in. Thanks for sharing it out, y'all. Jen, welcome in. MG, welcome in. Halle, halle. Holly, I meant to reach out. How is your hubby? How's he doing? Carrie, welcome in, lovely. Hello, hello. We're talking about mom guilt tonight. We're going to get started in just a few. Evening. If you guys have specific questions about mom guilt or around that topic, throw them in the chat. We'll talk about those. Yep, we're hitting on all sides. We're talking about the moms who carry that guilt constantly, no matter what they're doing. Some moms who feel it later. I bet he's itching to do something. He's like, I gotta do something. I feel that. Thanks for tapping the screen, y'all. Woo! Shout out to the Fire Beneath the Mask. She's been in the fan club for 2 years. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for the heart, May. Appreciate you guys. And what I really want to talk about tonight too, PBR. What's up, dude? Welcome. Nice to see you. Oh, that made me miss Art Wednesdays, y'all. We're going to talk about the, trying to remove the shame out of all of these things, especially around topics like mom guilt. Pauline, welcome in. I'm doing good. I hope you're good also. So what we're not going to do tonight is judge. That's what we're not going to do. And that's what I love having these conversations, because society can favor one or lean into one type of nervous system that looks prettier or feels better to certain people. Susie Q, hello, lovely. Carl, welcome in. And there can be a lot of judgment around that. And listen, in this life as humans, there's already enough judgment. Katie, welcome in, lovely. So that's what we're not gonna do. Sunset Child, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Bebop, nice to see you back, lovely. Thanks for being here, y'all. Tonight we are talking about mom guilt, train wreck recovery. Welcome in. And so first, before we kind of start, if tonight is your first night here, put a 1 in the chat. We want to welcome you. If you have been here several Mondays or repeat, I just want to say thank you. Y'all fucking rock. I love having these conversations. Welcome in, Trevrick. Thanks for being here. I think you're gonna love it. I hope you love it. I trust that you will. If not, it's cool. But thanks for taking a chance and sticking around. So we have a lot of tough conversations. We meet here every Monday, 4 to 5 p.m. Pacific, and we talk about a topic. All different kinds of topics. I like to talk about taboo topics. You know, the ones that we all go through and think about, but we don't really talk out loud, or there's just a lot of judgment around them. I love talking about those. Colorblind, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. I appreciate y'all being here. So, human, it's recovery is, I feel like being a human is about recovery, right? There can be all different kinds of recovery. So, high five. Welcome, welcome to the crazy. But we're going to talk about, Farah, welcome in. We are talking about guilt tonight. We're talking about specifically mom guilt, but we can talk about dad guilt. And just this, I feel like goes across the board, just guilt in general, right? Thank you, Colorblind. I appreciate you. If you have questions, throw them in the chat. I have amazing fucking mods. So we got the Fire Beneath the Mask, we got Tara, and then we have Holly. Holly and Tara are my mods, and they got you. They got me. If I miss a comment, they are on it, okay? So just know that we want everybody to feel seen, and they do a amazing job, okay? So if I miss something, they'll go back. If they don't happen to see it, because they're human too. I mean, they're like amazing human, but if they miss it, just tag them or repeat the question, and they'll repost it. Okay. So we are going to talk about guilt tonight. We are talking about guilt. We're talking about mom guilt, and guilt isn't bad. I just wanted to start off by saying that guilt is not bad. Okay, you know what? Shame isn't even bad. Anything good taken too far can be unhealthy. Tina, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the club. Elisa, hello, lovely. So that's really what we want to talk about, okay? And what we're gonna do is, because we're in such a fast-paced world, we're gonna slow everything down, okay? Oh, is it this? I think I forgot to turn this off. Hold on. This might help. Did that do it? I forgot to, I don't know what or why that comes up, but I have to turn it off every live. So hopefully that helped y'all. I don't know what I was saying. Okay, I think that helped. Guilt isn't the problem, right? Guilt helps us in things like repair, owning our shit, and taking accountability and things like that, right? And shame, healthy shame, also contributes into that and helps us be the person that we want to be, our values and our morals and things like that. But when they become our guiding compass, that's when shit can get dicey, okay? And that's when it becomes something not so healthy. Okay, so there's some moms, and can I get a 1 in the chat if this resonates with you? Some moms, some people, some dads, and this doesn't have to apply moms, okay, no worries, is that you feel guilt constantly. You sit down and, oh, let me make sure I'm on the right internet, first of all. Okay, I'm good. You sit down for 5 seconds and then it's like, you should be doing something. You should be doing something with your kids. Don't be so lazy. Go clean the house. Or you get a moment away from your kids and then you're like, oh, should I feel bad that I'm away from my kids? That kind of thing. I see you guys. I see you. And then there's some moms that feel guilt afterwards, like maybe not as they're raising their kids, but they're on this healing journey and then they're looking back and they're like, you know what, fuck, I could have done this differently, that hurts, and they're feeling that guilt come up, that they maybe wish they would have known something different, to do something different because it did affect their kids. If that's you, throw 1 in the chat. Then there are some moms that don't lean heavily into guilt. They're like, you know what? I made this decision. That was the best decision I could have made in that moment, and we're moving forward. So put a 1 in the chat if that's you. And it, you know, do you have fur babies? I think that counts. Fur babies count. Is it Diane? Welcome in. I see you guys. Okay, then 1. Yep. Well, I see you. I mean, as a fur, I was thinking about this as a fur mama as well. That does come up for me too, right? Because they do rely on us for care. Like our other kiddos. So one of the things that I really, you know what though? Adult kids still count, y'all. And you know what? Sometimes it may even be a bit tougher with adult kids because it can be a bit more confusing. Yeah, it's super tough. And this kind of goes into Katie is we always want to make sure that we make the perfect choice, the right choice, right? And so that's really one thing that I wanted to bring up is there's a lot of moms, there's a lot of people that constantly are looking for the right answer. And they're at war with themselves constantly. Is this the right answer? Is this right or wrong? Is it right or wrong? And there is this constant battle back and forth between yourself. And then if you make a choice and then it ends up to be something that doesn't work out, then you feel like you made a mistake. Yeah, navigating adult children guilt. I feel like it's a different ball game too. Because it is we're navigating ourselves, and then we're also navigating those children don't depend on us like they used to, but it's a different relationship, right? What about holding guilt for what I've done to my mom? That's a big one too. And first of all, thank you for being vulnerable and throwing the question out there. And this is, so in my view, right, from my personal and professional, is guilt allows us to tap into the kind of person that we want to be and the way that we want to treat people and the way that we want others to feel from us. And so if we didn't have that guilt, right? Guilt is information. So let's just take that. So let's use guilt as information, okay? So when we feel guilt, it is an opportunity to slow down and see what's happening. Get really curious, like what's really happening for me? I'm feeling bad. Am I scared? Am I fearful that this is irreparable, that I'm going to make a mistake, right? And so that guilt for what you've done to your mom, the same would be for what we've done to our kids. It's information. And what do we want to do with that information? And there's not saying that we have to do anything with it, okay? We're going to slow down. We love doing here. But part of what I'm so passionate about is slowing everybody down. And in that pause of, okay, I'm feeling something. What the fuck am I feeling? Okay. That information allows us to choose what we want to do moving forward. Okay. So if I feel a twinge of guilt about something, say I yelled at my son, and then I feel guilty because that is not the way that I want to be. That's not the way I want to make him feel. That's not the way that I want to communicate. So that is good information for me. It's like my compass. It's like, hey, you're kind of going off the road, right? Be aware. What do I want to do with that? Okay. For me, that allows me time to sit in what I did, why I did it, what happened to my body, and then if I choose to repair. Okay, so guilt allows us information for what we want to do with that. Does anybody have questions about that before we go on? And so what we don't want to do is throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? So we're not going to say that guilt and shame are terrible. But again, anything that is too much, a good thing too much can still be not good. Okay. I'm trying to think of a phrase. Hold on. Too much of a good thing is not good. Whew. Okay. That's what I was trying to say. Slow down, Amber. Slow down. Okay, so oftentimes, yep, everything in moderation. So oftentimes it can also be we are trying to avoid feeling guilt. Okay, we can avoid feeling guilt, and that is the struggle. We may not even feel guilt in the moment, but we're stressing over feeling future guilt. And so that becomes the basis of our choices. Okay, so when we do something that triggers guilt, again, that is the opportunity to slow down and get curious. Okay, so if you were to think about oftentimes we don't feel before we move through a sensation. Okay, and that's one of the things that I love talking about on Mondays and reminding is that practicing the pause, slowing down, right? So I yelled at my kid, and now what happens? before I feel, like, what does guilt feel like? So for me, I like to get curious on what things feel like. Okay, we can call them the name, it's fine, but what does it feel like for you? So for me, I feel it like in my gut, and it's like, oh, and my chest gets tight, and I kind of get a little shaky because I want to immediately fix it, right? And so becoming aware of that, because oftentimes also when that sensation comes up, when we feel guilt or shame, we immediately want to go into repair. And that can actually cause more damage than good. Are y'all with me? Because we don't want to feel guilt or shame, then we try to eradicate that feeling and move straight to repair or coping, some sort of coping mechanism. Is guilt proof you care, or can awareness also guide change? Guilt is not proof that you care. It is information. And can awareness alone guide change? I think that what I want to focus on is, because some people go straight to shame, right? And it bypasses guilt. All of that can be information of where we want to go and how we want to treat people and how we want the people in our life to feel treated by us, right? And so the biggest thing is being aware of what's happening to you. Is this how you want to operate, to make decisions? No, I appreciate the questions. If you guys have questions, throw them in the chat, please. And if you don't agree, let's talk about that too. We're here to have a conversation and to talk about these topics, okay? Because all the shit that we talk about, y'all, is not black and white, okay? So if you saw my videos from this week, mom guilt can trigger all the things. And it can feel like guilt, and it might not be guilt. It might be resentment. A lot of moms do not talk about that. They may just call it mom guilt, but it might say, it might be resentment. It might be, fear or anger. You say guilt is proof. Proof of what? Did I say guilt is proof? I think I was trying to say guilt is information. Okay, PBR. Oh, yeah. And I think that that's different. Information. I think it can be information just the same way shame can be information, right? It does not indicate love or care. And so when we're looking at one of my mom guilt is not being enough for what my daughter needs. And so, okay, thank you, Holly, for sharing that. And okay, so let's take that information, right? Is that, okay, we know, I'll put it into my own, is that when I started to learn about this healing, right, I learned that I was not doing the things and being the mom that my daughter needed, okay? I was not able to connect to her the way that she needed. I didn't know that, right? Because we weren't taught this shit. So when I was like, okay, I'm aware of what she needs, and that's an ongoing thing, okay, is again, it is information of the direction in which we want to go. And that's what, if you guys take nothing else from tonight, is being able to just be aware of what is happening. Like, okay, I am not the mom. I don't feel like I am the mom my daughter needs right now. What is that information? Okay, there's a lot in that. There's probably a lot fear, right? Maybe, and I'm not sure if this is true, but maybe comparison of what other moms are doing, and that can be a really slippery slope, right? Is it about I'm not being the mom my daughter needs, or am I not being the mom that I think my daughter needs, right? Because that can be different also, because are we sure that, or are we just taking information from other moms off social media or other people that we know and saying, I'm not that mom, so that must mean that I'm not the mom that my kid needs. Those are two very different things. And this is why I love these conversations, is to slow down and get curious. Is it true that we're not being the mom our kid needs? And if so, what are we going to do about that? Are there small shifts that we can make? Are we on that road, right? Shifting our nervous system to show up different takes a lot of time too. What is the line between fear and guilt? That is a really good question. Okay, so let me sit in that for a second. I think that they go hand in hand. Okay, I think that fear plays a part in guilt, because without fear and guilt, there isn't the fear that we're making a mistake, or fear that we're not going to be there for our kids. So I think that fear is the alarm system that triggers guilt per se. Because again, fear isn't bad either, y'all. And there's a lot of people on this app that will say fear is bad. And from my personal and professional experience, fear is not bad. If fear steers the ship 100% of the time, yeah, okay? Just the same as guilt, just the same as shame, just the same as positivity, okay? If you are positive 100% of the time, that means you're suppressing and bypassing, okay? So you can use anything to become, I'm going to start using as an away move, okay? So any of these things can be a towards or away move. When I say that, it is a towards move is leading you to where you want to go. Okay, an away move is leading you away from where you want to go. So in some situations, fear would lead you away. And in some situations, fear will lead you to where you want to go, right? Fear is healthy. If you run into the middle of the street, you could get hit by a car. So the fear that you're going to get hit by a car leads you to not run into the street. Okay, so we don't do black or white here. It's not good or bad. It's where is this information useful? Can I get a 1 in the chat if you guys are following that makes sense? So I'm having this muddied thought process of feeling guilty for wanting definition of fear of asking for it. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Like you said, you're feeling guilt for wanting a clear definition of fear? Is that what you're saying? Tara, the line is responsibility. Oh, fear prepares you to protect, guilt pushes you to repair. Ooh, I love that. I love that. That's a beautiful way to put it. Fear prepares you to protect, guilt pushes you to repair. Responsibility means you see your role in what happen and you choose to repair, change, or own it. Dylan. Clear definition in a relationship. Could you clarify? A fear of wanting definition in a relationship? Could you ask it a different way? I want to make sure I'm understanding you. So the line between guilt and fear is responsibility in my view. Great question, Color. Yeah. If anybody else has questions, throw them in the chat. Thank you for sharing that. I love that definition, Tara. Okay. I have a guilty feeling for wanting a clearer definition. Oh. Like in a relationship or in this conversation, colorblind? I just want to make sure I'm understanding. Beauty in the Bay. Yes, welcome in. I am. Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that feeling guilty for wanting more in a relationship. You feel too much, correct? I would love to hop on a one-on-one with you and chat. It's free. It's a 30-minute free call, but we could talk about that. Yeah, it's free. It's free 30-minute chat, just you and I. It's right in the link tree. But that way we could chat about it. Because it's a huge thing. And it goes deep into childhood about feeling too much. And especially, correct me, I'm pretty sure, now your profile picture is a guy, but I could be wrong. But especially for men. Oh, shoot. Yeah, still applies. Just because of, society and how boys and men are raised. I have so much to learn. I experienced guilt and went straight to repair just today. Yeah, Susie, I did that this weekend. After talking about it, making a video all fucking week, I did that this weekend. And I was like, motherfucker. Because here's the thing, y'all, it's sneaky. It happens so fast because some people are terrified of being disconnected. And it's not a conscious thing. It's subconscious. It lives within ourselves, is that some people have a fear of staying connected. Some people have a fear of being disconnected, okay? So when we are disconnected from important people, from the people that matter to us, especially our partners, or important people in our lives, our system goes straight to, how can I reconnect so that I don't feel this uncomfortability of disconnect, this disappointment, this fear. And this is where it slows down, right? If what's really happening is, if we're disconnected, the fear that we're going to be disconnected forever, that they may leave, right? And so that leads us to quickly abandon how we're feeling, not give the other person time to feel what they're feeling. There's no time for accountability, to sit in the discomfort of, if it was on us, how, what we did, or them. We rob ourselves and the other people of opportunities to sit in the uncomfortable, to sit in what we did and the effect that it had. And it really bypasses so much. I'm trying to catch up, y'all. Going straight. I'm not catching up. I'm going straight. If I miss something, my mods are going to let me know. I see you guys. Okay. Guilt from comparison. Okay. I don't know. What's the benefit of feeling guilty? I think that we kind of talked about this a little bit, is that it's information for opportunities for repair. It allows us to take a look at ourselves. It allows us to not abandon ourselves in maybe what we have done, and the other person, right? So it is a indicator that something has happened, and it gives us an opportunity to shift. It gives us an opportunity to repair. Is the information that we did something wrong? No, not necessarily, right? This is where practicing the pause is so important, because it can feel like guilt, because guilt is like this big umbrella. And honestly, what we're looking for, words can get muddy, right? It can feel like guilt. But we have to get curious on what it is. Then that's not guilt though, right? Correct. But it can feel like guilt in our body, if that makes sense. So it feels like guilt in the beginning, but maybe it's not. And I wanted to talk about this because so many times I feel like we're like, oh, that's guilt. Oh, that's guilt. It's mom guilt. Oh, that's guilt. Is it really guilt though? Or is it comparison? And Tara pointed this out and got me thinking in one of the videos. And I'm like, that's such a beautiful point, right? It's not always guilt. And I talked about it in a later video. So I wanted to reiterate that it can feel like guilt in your body. And because we have linked guilt to so many things, when you feel that, it's a sign to get curious. Does that make sense, y'all? Awesome, awesome. Y'all are with me. So comparison and outside judgment, insecurity, or maybe there's some truth to said thing. And this is where it's really good to slow down, right? Because there might be truth to that, and that is guilt, right? Maybe if somebody's like, I'll use a really good example. My kid in social media, or not social media, electronics, right? This is something I often go to. Sometimes if it's mentioned, I will feel guilt because there have been times where I am like, you know what, that is too much electronics. And they're probably right. And then there's some times that I'm like, you know what? No, I'm cool with the decisions that I have made, but I have to stop and think about them, right? Because immediately the feeling will come up and it will feel like something. It will feel like guilt or judgment or whatever it might be, right? So there could be a time where it is guilt, and there could be a time where is it like checking in? Is it an insecurity? And when somebody brings something up to me, it is an opportunity to check in with myself. If I'm shaky about it, or I get offended, or I get triggered, for me, that is information to check in. What's going on? Do I need to make us a change in our flow? Like our daily flow, or what he's doing? Or is it that, you know what? No, I just needed to check in with myself and I'm cool with the decisions that I'm making, right? So it can, again, information, right? So when we feel that feeling of guilt, is it guilt? Is it that we're not confident about something? Why aren't we confident? Is it because we're comparing to what other moms are doing or other people are doing? And this goes across the board, y'all. Or am I resentful? Like, do I wish that I didn't make these decisions? Do I wish I had something different? Am I angry about this? If you have questions or that doesn't make sense, let me know. If you guys pinned something, I have not seen it. Just let me know. Oh, and this kind of goes, with when we feel that guilt, or that when we feel judged, it can bring up lots of feelings and emotions around that. Am I doing enough? And then we can feel that guilt of, I'm not doing what I want to do or what I wish I'm doing, but am I doing enough right now in this season, right? So it's an opportunity to get curious. Like, it's a trigger, right? So if we feel something, I hear this a lot from a lot of people, is that, you sit down for 5 minutes and then you're like, I shouldn't be sitting down, right? Or like, I should be spending more time with my kids. I should be doing this. Okay, we see it. We feel this thing in our body. Where do you feel it in your body? Where is it coming from? Okay? Because it is highly likely that it's not even coming from your situation that you're in right now. It's probably coming from something that happened in your past. You don't have to hash it out. You don't even have to go back there, but understanding and getting curious, is this about today, or is this about a story that I'm living in, which we talked about last week, from something different? That will give us so much information. Okay? Tonight, we're not talking about doing anything different. Everybody wants doing information. How do I change it? Oh, I hear you, sweetheart. Well, on that part, yeah. The opposite, yes. You and Chris. And actually, one of my soul sister, her husband is exactly the same. And we just talked about this on a call yesterday about shame, and he the same way. You bet, colorblind. Well, it's just nervous systems, right? Unfortunately, it is more common in males to have that nervous system, but there are so many women that have that nervous system on the opposite side. You're just a really fucking brave soul to take it head on and be so vulnerable and share your experience. Badass. Does anybody have any questions? It's already 4:40, almost 4:45. And so, kind of to go along with this point really fast is that when there's outside judgment, right, around what we're doing, okay, let's just take kids for an example, working or staying home, homeschool or not homeschooling, breastfed, bottle fed, electronics, non-electronics, strict, relax, right? Whatever. People have shit to say. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Somebody is going to not agree with it and think that you should be doing it different. Okay. This is what I want to talk about, because everybody here is on social media, right? This platform is beautiful and also can be tough. Okay. Because comparing and judgment are human nature, and they come up so quickly as a protective mechanism to try to keep ourselves safe, right? But we can look at it as an opportunity. When I see another mom doing something that I wish I did or want to do, because that's usually where the comparison comes in, right? Is something that we want or think that we should be doing, is an opportunity to be like, do I feel guilty because this is not something that I'm doing? Or is there a resentment that maybe I don't have enough money to do that, or that's not the played in the cards for me? Am I feeling grief instead of guilt? Or is it an opportunity to be like, yeah, there's a shift that I want to make, because that is something that I feel is important for me in my life, or and for my kids' life, or whatever, right? So that when somebody judges us, it can be an opportunity. While it feels shitty, I'm not going to tell you, oh, it's all butterflies and rainbows when somebody judges you or tells you that you should be doing something. It should feel good. No, fuck that. Okay, it's not going to feel good. It's going to feel like, okay, that stung, that hurt, let it hit. What do I want to do with that, right? And that's where we get to get curious. Ooh, I love that. Great question. So if you go up into the link tree in my bio, it will say Sacred Middle, grab your seat. You will have to click on the 3 dots and it'll take you out of TikTok and open in a new browser. Excuse me. I also just want to throw this out there, because a lot of moms can feel guilty for not wanting to be a mom, wanting to disappear, wishing maybe they had made a different decision, or that, missing who they used to be, the life they used to have or could have had. I want to say that is normal and healthy and natural to have those come and go, especially in heavy seasons. when pressure, all of that. Yeah, I think every mom has been there in some sort of capacity or near there. And that also does not indicate whether you love your kids more or less. It is information about how our nervous system processes pressure and stress. It is saying this is an overload, right? And also, it's okay. Both can be true at the same time. You can miss and want a different life and also love your kids. Okay? We're not black and white in it here. That's not how this works. Both can be true at the same time. And that, I love that, but it also breaks my heart because, man, that shit is so normal. Like, and that's why I love having these conversations, is because this is the shit that people don't say out loud, you know? And it can create so much shame and internal, like, guilt that's unnecessary. Like, maybe what does that mean about me if I have those feelings, right? Like, as a mom, maybe I'm not supposed to have those feelings. And that's a lot of supposed to be's create a lot of guilt unnecessarily that that can be really confusing. Let's see. Is there any last questions? And also, you know, just something to think about when motherhood gets hard or life gets hard, do you go inward or do you go outward? Some people are like, this is all my fault. Some people are like, you know, that's all their fault. Neither one is bad, and you don't have to say it out. Like, you don't have to do anything with that. It's just information. This is information on how your nervous system works so that you can better understand you. Okay? Our society wants to put everybody in a fucking box. We are not the same. We don't operate the same. Even if you have similar nervous systems, shit is gonna be different. This is why I say y'all have to figure out what the fuck works for you and your life. Okay? There can be similar things and we can support one another, but some of the shit I'm gonna say is not gonna resonate with you. That doesn't mean you're right, I'm wrong, or I'm wrong, you're right. It means for your life, that doesn't work for you, and that is okay. And that is actually part of you being able to figure out what works for you and to have some solid ground to stand on and build that structure of trust and truth within yourself. And that's part of what this whole fucking journey is about. And I want to be that safe person for you to be like, yeah, you don't have to agree with me. Tell me your thoughts. Let's have a conversation about it. I'm not going to leave because we're not agreeing on something. Our truths could be different, and both things can be also true at the same time. Reminder, next week, we're not having a live. So there's no live next week. I'm taking some time. Thank you. I'm taking some time. It's my birthday and we're bringing some stuff up to the property, preparing for our move and things like that. So there's going to be no live next week, but we will return the week after that. And we are going to talk about the way we speak to ourselves. The way we speak to ourselves. Last call for questions. Thank you, Colorblind. Thanks for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here and engaging and just showing up and being part of the conversations. I think it's dope as hell. Because I love to nerd out and talk about these things. So when I meet other people who like to nerd out and talk about these things, I'm like, yes. Welcome to the dark side. Okay, let's just double check. Tara, I'm gonna double check really fast before we end, just so I can let you know. Don't make me cry. Yes, your dark is beautiful here. Aw, thank you for being here, Carrie. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Okay, I will double check and message you. It's being slow. It's being slow. Actually, we can slow down. It's okay. Not in a rush. We can slow down. Okay. I'll just still message you. Because no, there isn't, but I'll message you. Okay, guys, I appreciate you. Shout out to my amazing, beautiful fucking mods, Holly and Tara, The Fire Beneath the Mask. Make sure you check out their pages too. They have amazing content. Tara is also a coach. Check out her stuff. She has amazing things on Patreon. If you are ready to check out, look in the mirror and ready to work on your shit, check her out. She is the fire. She will help you look at shit that will get you where you want to go. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you. And remember, fuck perfect. I'll see you next week. Bye.